Ashley in church my senior year. She kind of took my breath away when she walked in the building, and so I did everything that I could to woo her. I would get her flowers, write her notes, write her poems, do anything I could to make her think that I was the one for her.
His pursuit of me before we were married was something that was very much an idol for me, something that I clung to because I didn't have that in my father growing up, and then was always looking for that. So as soon as Caleb was pursuing me, I was like, this is it. Like, this is what I've been looking for. This is the acceptance, affirmation, love. So Caleb and I got married, and very quickly after we got married, his pursuit of me shifted and just changed.
I didn't realize what I had done as far as setting her up for disappointment. And work for me became a really big focus.
And when I didn't feel supported, loved, and heard, I would easily escape in my mind to how would this ex-boyfriend have treated me, or just very much so fantasizing about other men and like in the pursuit of me, how they would romance me, how things would be different. So I ended up going to a basketball game with some friends, and my intentions quickly changed, and I didn't really realize that until later.
She sent me a text message asking if I wanted to continue the night, really, on forward with her, and I said, no, I'm tired, I want to go to bed, why don't you just come home, we'll go to bed. And she quit texting me at that point, and so I obviously was calling her, texting her, was not getting a response. And it was interesting in that moment what the Lord was doing in my heart. I knew something was wrong.
After the game was over, I called one of my old friends, and she didn't end up answering the phone, so I called one of her guy friends that we used to hang out with, in high school, and asked them what they were doing. He said they were just going to go back to their house, and that my friend was going to end up coming over there, and she never ended up showing up. And so it was just me and this guy friend that I used to hang out with. We just started drinking, and I ended up getting just belligerently drunk that night, and the room was spinning for me, so I ended up just laying down on the ground, just on my back. This guy comes and lays next to me, just starts kissing me, and didn't really know, like, in that moment if this was reality or if this was a dream.
So Ashley comes home, and she's drunk, and she's saying she doesn't know what happened. And I asked her over and over, what happened, where were you, what were you doing?
At this point I had just this worldly remorse and was just very hurt that I hurt Caleb.
There were aspects where I forgave Ashley, and then there were aspects where I didn't. And almost a year later, it was Mother's Day, and I chose to go to a work thing, and we start to talk, and I'm typically a pretty calm person. She's telling me that she's upset that I went to work instead of spend time with her on her first Mother's Day, and then I just lose it. I just blow up and start screaming at her. As a husband, I hadn't done that before. Attack her in that way.
Everything definitely affected Caleb and I's marriage. For me, I was just taking my sin so lightly. And then year 6 of Caleb and I's marriage, I was really able to see, man, I am still trying to find satisfaction in other things.
The unforgiveness really began to come out, and I had to go to the Lord with it. And He was so faithful. God gives you exactly what you need when you need it. And He did. He gave me forgiveness for Ashley, and I was able to let it go in that moment. So now, in our marriage, there is complete trust. We continue to confess our sins to one another, but when Ashley goes out with her girlfriends, I'm not wondering what is she doing or where is she at. And it's hard to explain how that's possible or why that's possible other than the Lord. Our God is a God of restoration, and He has restored our marriage and restored our trust.